know, he suffered that brutal injury last fall, but now he has clawed his way back to the top, winning gold in the halfpipe and
Snowboarder Shaun White grabbing gold in the men's halfpipe, shredding the competition, and flying high into the history books. It's his record third medal in the event, and coincidentally, the 100th overall Winter Olympic gold for Team USA. After a strong first run for White.
Wow! Giant frontside, 1440 on the first hit.
A surprising stumble during his second try.
And goes down on the double 12.
Dropped him into second place, heading into his final run.
Shaun White has it. We just got to see him put it down.
That's when the 31-year-old White, who finished a disappointing fourth in Sochi, showed what champions are made of.
Frontside 12, perfect. That is the run that he needed, and he put it down.
Throwing down back-to-back double cork 1440s to narrowly pull out a gold medal victory.
And the score is in. It's the return of the king in the men's halfpipe.
Man, what can I say? It's my fourth Olympics. 3 golds.
The moment, not without controversy, with headlines resurfacing overnight surrounding a 2016 lawsuit accusing the snowboarder of sexual harassment. The former drummer in White's rock band Bad Things says White sexually harassed her, sent her explicit texts, and refused to pay her. White and the drummer reached an undisclosed settlement in the spring of 2017.
We asked him about the incident earlier on today.
You know, every experience in my life, I feel like it's taught me a lesson, and I definitely feel like I'm a much more changed person than I was when I was younger.
From the slopes to the ice, where it was a great day for the U.S. women's hockey team, clobbering their Russian competitors 5-0.
Picked up here and fired by Brand up in the air. They score! The champ gets it home.
Team USA now looking for revenge today when they play Canada after that heartbreaking gold medal loss to their staunch rivals in Sochi. While in figure skating, it's a Valentine's Day love story for husband and wife figure skating team Chris and Alexa Knierim.
They are living out the moment that they've been working their entire lives for.
After helping the U.S. take the bronze medal in a team skate Monday, the couple competing in the pairs short program ending their routine with a kiss. They head into the long program in 14th place, but still consider themselves winners.
This is a gift for us, and, you know, mistakes today, they are totally irrelevant, because if you look at the big picture, this is amazing.
And she said she's going to be my Valentine, so things are working out great today.
Yeah.
How about that, right? Here's where the medal count stands right now, Megyn. Germany with 12. Netherlands and Norway at 11, Canada with 10, and the USA with 7. Still a lot of games left, though. Going back to Shaun White for just a moment, fittingly perhaps, Shaun White snagged Team USA's 100th gold medal ever in the Winter Olympics.
Wow. It's no accident all those countries are freezing cold. All the ones in the lead are cold countries. Greg, great to see you.
Good to see you, my friend.
All right, so returning today to help highlight some of the greatest golden moments of the 2018 games so far are my friends from
Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, Matt Eisman and Akbar Bajabiamila are here. Oh, confetti. Let's see what Matt is wearing today. Oh, he's feeling the love. Look at these guys. Very nice.
Yes.
Well, you know,
this was fun.
I'm wearing the red. It's Valentine's Day, and I actually wanted to tell a story about last night. I was in my hotel room alone, and I watched that history-making run.
Yeah.
And I was crying in my room, and I realized it was 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and I realized that's why I love the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about 30 seconds, it's what happens in those 30 seconds that's so glorious, and that's why my Valentine is Team USA!
You know, thinking about that match magical moment. They say big-time players make big-time moves when it counts, and that's what Shaun White did. I also went crazy in my room. I had a video go viral. I was in my room by myself watching it, and I just went absolutely nuts in my room. I'm jumping around. I'm like, oh, they're going to kick me out of the hotel.
Can I tell you, I watched it at home with my kids, and they're little. They're 8, 6, and 4, so this is their first Olympics. And it's been so fun to see the athletes with the American flag, and my kids are starting to get it. You know, it's hard to instill patriotism in a really young kid. And the Olympics does that. You know, they feel connected with their fellow Americans, and they're starting to understand what the red, white, and blue means.
And it's like American Ninja Warrior, where for so many of these people, this is it. They've built their lives to this moment, and it's not as though they're going to get these $100 million contracts. They're doing it for that moment. And when you saw, like, Chloe Kim talking about her dad saying, well, you better go to college or something, you just realize for these are children, a lot of them.
Exactly. These amazing big-time moments that really makes, I mean, the country proud. It makes especially in a time you think about the climate that we are right now. I mean, what a great way to bring everyone together. I felt like we were all connected last night with the red, white, and blue.
These athletes make us proud to be Americans. Okay? They make us proud to be Americans. All right, you know who else makes us proud to be Americans? You may not have noticed, but 2 people stealing the show over there in the Olympics are the commentators on the ice skating events. Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski. Now, they are not only the best of friends, they do everything together, they say, but the way, look at Tara Lipinski. So the way they dress, the bedazzled headsets, and even the commentary, which is it's akin to the Radical Honesty program, which I have to say I really appreciate. Do we have a soundbite? Can we listen? Okay, listen.
Oh, we have some points to point out.
Fired up over here.
Oh, boy. Yes. So Adam Rapon was so good in this free skate. He had an under rotation. He lost about 2 points here. A little cheat, which means he didn't get the full 3 revolutions. This is my problem. In the component score, in the artistic score, Adam was so much better. I don't understand what performance the judges were watching.
Adam had me quaking with emotion, literally, whereas Kolyada was just kind of like, meh, it was kind of oatmeal. Adam had it all over Kolyada in the performance.
I love that.
And here's the best part of it. He used an emoji expression. It was meh. It was meh. That's what you call keeping it 100.
You guys, you can pick up some tips there.
Well, you're going to see us with bedazzled microphones next season on American Ninja.
All right, good. We're looking forward to that. All right, now, favorite moment, Akbar, what's yours?
You know what, look, as a father of 4 kids, you know, I get the love affair for supporting your kids, and we've had so many of these great moments. Chloe Kim's father, I mean, just absolutely just killed it on the sideline when he's got his sign up talking about I heart Chloe. I mean,
and he gave up everything. He gave up his job to get her the training.
And that's the sacrifice. And I think all the parents out here, everyone, they can relate to that, giving it up, making sure that your kid has something more than you had, and what a way to.
As soon as the parents cry, I cry.
Yes.
As soon as they cry, I cry. I'll hold it together, and then once the parent goes, me too.
Well, unlike you two, I am not married. I'm single, so I'm talking about robot love.
Whoa.
No, I'm talking about literally.
What a weird admission.
They have robots skiing, and this is amazing. This was a demonstration of the technical prowess of South Korea, showing these robots. They were supposed to be human simulations, and so you can see some of them did better than others.
It's like 1 foot tall. What kind of human is that?
Well, you know, it's like a very young child.
What's the robot's name?
It's remarkable. I think that one was Johnny.
Johnny. Oh my God, this is like if you get your newborn out on skis.
It's incredible to think these are completely autonomous. They're not being remote controlled. This is all self-sustained. These are what are going to take over and replace all of us.
Wait a minute.
Eventually.
Why is this necessary in life?
Willie, look, we see this now. You see, if you go to any manufacturing plant, you see the advances in robotics. And I think South Korea is taking great pride in how far technologically they've come. And this was a demonstration. And honestly, they were skiing better than I could. So I was impressed.
I don't understand.
I would never even attempt that. So
I get age of the machine, and I understand why, like, you know, we get the supercomputers that can think through smart things. But, like, are we going to have an Olympics in 20 years that has robots?
You know what? There's not going to be that connection because, okay, maybe the Americans built this robot, the Germans built this robot. Like, there's no connection because we are not them, and I think that's what makes it so.
And where's the crying dad?
There's no crying dad. Robotic tears.
I need to remind you guys about my former boss, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and what the Terminator did. They take over.
So we better watch ourselves. there's another special moment. Jamie Anderson and her father as well. You know, of course, the gold medal snowboarder, and just the love that and support that's shown for Jamie Anderson as well. I just love to see it, especially that, you know, a lot of times we always see, hi, Mom, after, you know, a big moment right there. But to see the fathers being on display and on display too, it's pretty cool.
Dad was drinking beers, and I'm like, that's my kind of dad.
Well, Red Gerard, I mean, that was pounding.
Whereupon Matt said, I am going to get married and have children immediately so I can celebrate the victory properly.
We just made my mom happy with that. And Red Gerard's dad right there. You can see he's got the beer flowing. He's got it pumping on everybody.
Yeah.
You can do champagne, but now I guess it's beer in the cold.
Why not? That's real. Okay, we have more with Matt and Akbar next, or as I like to call them, Macbar, including what exactly takes place in the biathlon, what's with all the curling that goes on, and the other weird Olympic sports that confuse me. They're down shooting things.
I'll tell you, it's a Scandinavian sport. It originated in Scandinavia, and it was really used to kind of prey on training, but also military training, alternative military training, going down skis and shooting as well. So it kind of evolved into this sport, and it made its first appearance in 1924 in the Winter Olympics.
Oh, very
But here's what amazes me is the rifle's 7.7 pounds, but as a doctor, they get their heart rates going between 160 and 170 beats per minute. They train themselves to shoot not just between breaths, but between heartbeats to ensure maximum accuracy. It is insane.
Kidding me.
It's incredible.
Honestly, I see it every 4 years, and I'm thinking, I don't get it.
It's dangerous.
But yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Right.
But it's worked out so far. Okay, curling. Everybody loves to talk about curling.
Yes.
People make fun of curling.
Right.
But it's kind of cute. I don't totally understand what it's about.
It was invented in Scotland, the same people who gave us golf, so I'm imagining there was some beer involved in it initially, but it has become a fascinating sport.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people love the fact that you see the guys with the brooms. That's kind of me after my kids. Every time I'm always kind of sweeping aggressively after my kids. But there are two different types of brooms. You've got the push broom, and then you've got the Canadian broom. So the Canadian broom kind of looks like what I'm at home sweeping, and then the push broom looks like that. Really, that's one right there. It's the push broom. You can see them going like that. But it's aggressive when they get.
And the reason they're doing that, so the ice, when you think of the ice for figure skating or hockey, they smooth it out with the Zamboni. Here they do the opposite. They have water droplets that create what they call pebble ice to give it texture there. But the thing that I love most about curling is that a lot of them have the same stylists I do. Team Norway's outfits are phenomenal. You gotta.
They stepped it up with their pants.
Oh my God.
Look at these guys.
This is ostentatious to a whole nother level.
I love that.
I thought you were the most ostentatious person.
I clearly have
love
some
pants.
Legion in me.
They got some love pants, and may I just say for the record, they're not the only ones with some love pants on, because I took a look at the male speed skaters for Team USA.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, what's going on in the middle there? There's there's a circle. It's lighter than the rest.
Well, you know, this is the same thing
I gotta tell you,
in the NFL.
Let me tell you, as I watched with my children, my daughter was like, why is it all light in the center there? I did not know, sweetie.
If you know the bonobo monkeys, they will have certain areas colored to attract a mate. So perhaps the
women have to wear it too.
Valentine's.
I think the best way to say that is just wait till the 12th grade when you learn anatomy.
Right.
Look, the woman's got it too. Ladies, I'm telling you. Come on, right? Really? Really? Okay.
You know what? In the Super Bowl, they call that wardrobe malfunction. You remember that?
That's right, and you get banned.
Wardrobe malfunction.
And then you get banned. I don't know. The important thing is, do they skate fast? But I'm just saying, like, maybe monochromatic next time. Monochromatic.
Okay.
All right, the luge.
Yes.
The luge, here's a fun fact for you. Luge riders hurtle down a slippery ice track at great speed, relying on reflexes for steering. Unlike bobsled, however, they have no protection should they make an error.
I like
That's
that.
the luge. That's my luge voice.
So let me give you my French voice, if I can.
Yes.
Luge means sled in French. How about that?
It's a French sport.
It's a French sport.
It goes back to the 16th century, so 300 years ago, and the first luge tracks were built by Swiss hotel owners. This deadly sport was supposed to be entertainment for the tourists. I didn't know you would have a lot of return visitors there with that.
Well, we used to have a Coliseum. We used to have, I mean, it's like, this is how people used to live.
You know, actually, it goes back to Egypt, too. They used to use that for the sled, for the blocks. They would use that to get the blocks up and down as they were building the
luge scares me. Like, the luge, you seem, so you're less protected than the bobsled.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking if you're going to choose one, you're going to go bobsled.
Here's a great fact. For American Ninja Warrior, we've had nearly 30 Olympians come on the show. The only one who's hit a buzzer was a loser.
Yes.
And I have to enunciate that. Preston Griffall. So he's a loser. You're such a loser, dude. But he's a winner. Preston Griffall, he hit the buzzer. It's the best Olympic performance we've ever had at American Ninja Warrior.
All right, so is that right?
Yeah.
Luge doubles, 3 p.m. Eastern time today, just in case you want.
And they really have to be good friends to do that.
Yes, absolutely. And then women's curling, USA versus Japan tonight at 5.
Yes.
And then women's individual biathlon with the guns, postponed,
You look like
to Thursday. Postponed to Thursday. High winds. Okay, so may I just ask you before I let you go, what's your favorite sport to watch?
You know, I'd probably have to say curling because it's just so, the curling, I mean, outside of snowboarding when it's the action-packed, but it's because I don't understand what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
What is going on here?
I like the women's figure skating.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. I really like the freestyle moguls because my boy Johnny Mosley won gold in it, but what I'm really enjoying is the hockey. I love the team element of it. The U.S. women are going to be battling our rivals up north, those Canadians. So let's cheer on our ladies.
That's right. Here's a little fun fact for you. What is the national sport of Canada?
Hockey. Curling.
No, it is not.
It's not hockey.
It's lacrosse.
Oh, lacrosse!
Aha! Yeah!
Okay. You got me.
All right, guys, thank you.
Thanks, Megyn.
Now, don't forget to watch the 2018 Pyeongchang Olympics live, coast to coast, tonight on primetime, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. And we will be right back with another fan favorite from the speed skating rink. Don't go away. Much more ahead. Is a movement led by the Association of National Advertisers. The goal is to help foster the accurate portrayal of women and girls in media by the year 2020. It's cool they've set a date. Good luck. It's not easy. If you take a look at how women and girls are portrayed so far. But 2020 will be the 100th anniversary of women getting the right to vote, so that's the goal. One Olympian from Team USA that is inspiring all of us with her infectious laugh and her smile and her positive attitude, is Mame Baini. She is the first African-American woman speed skater for Team USA. And she's here, live from South Korea. Mame, great to see you. Hi. It's wonderful to have you here. All right, so I love your story. You were born in Ghana. You moved from Ghana to the United States with your dad. And tell the audience how you first, the idea of skating first came into your head and your dad's head.
So I don't remember when my dad told me about skating because I was like 5 or 6, but my dad just thought that like skating would be a good idea because that would mean that I would get out of trouble and it would give me something to do. So I just agreed because I was a 5-year-old and then I kind of like got into it and my dad noticed that I really liked it and here I am.
So originally the thought was, okay, figure skating. Maybe she'll do figure skating. And that quickly turned into speed skating instead. Tell us why.
Because my coach told me that I was going too fast for figure skating. I should try speed skating. And my dad had no idea what that was. So my dad was like, you can just try this out. And I was like, yeah, sure. And he did, and I did. And I fell in love with it.
Now, I know you love your dad. You say he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Talk about how he's inspired you to sort of shut out negativity and focus on you.
Yeah, so my dad has been a real inspiration for me because I know that he sacrificed a lot for me to be where I am and for us to be where we are right now. And I just think this is all for him because, like, no matter if I get a medal or not, this moment right here and these moments that I'll have throughout this whole competition is for him.
Aww. He loves you so much. He's been your #1 fan, which says a lot because you have a lot of fans. And is it true? Because I read it, and like any Olympic athlete, it's sometimes encouraging and you feel brave and you feel your strongest self, and sometimes you have anxiety. And you've had it and you've learned how to manage it with breathing exercises, I'm told. Is that something you do in your downtime, or is that just right before a race?
So during yesterday at my 500, that I was breathing, I was doing those breathing exercises, and like it helped me because I was really nervous before my race, but yeah, I just really, because I have a problem with breathing a lot whenever I skate. So Anthony is just teaching me how to like breathe more calmly,
how to control it.
These races. And
all right, I've got to ask you,
how to control it.
Who is Anna Digger?
Oh, she's my alter ego. She's the fierce one. Unfortunately, yesterday she wasn't out there because I was on the big stage, but hopefully on Saturday she'll be there and just ready to kick some booty.
100%, and we will all be there with you in spirit, rooting you on. All the best to you. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great to see you. How much do you love her? All right, so coming up on this Valentine's Day, how one couple turned their will to live into their love for one another. (2016).
It was kind of like he was a new man. He said he believed he got a woman's lung because he was having hot flashes. And it turned out he did get a woman's lung.
In August, Crystal had both lungs replaced. During her recovery, her friendship with Don grew deeper.
He knew exactly what I was going through. And I could say things to him that I couldn't say to other people. And he understood what I was talking about.
The squirrels get on here?
It's going to be hard. She has made me laugh so much. She keeps me going.
And Crystal and Don join us now. Welcome to both of you. Happy Valentine's Day. How are you feeling?
I feel wonderful.
How are you feeling?
Great.
Good. So you're in good health now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What a blessing.
Yeah.
All right. So I love that the three of you are friends, you know, because I know when you lose a spouse, sometimes it can feel disloyal to fall in love again.
Right.
But the three of you were friends before Janet passed, and she was there helping you go through your health crisis.
Yes.
After she passed on, one of your family members came over and said to you, go to church and find a nice woman.
Right.
And what did you say?
I was too old to be chasing women.
Too old.
So if the good Lord wanted me to have a woman, he'd put one in front of me. And he did, Crystal.
How about that? Now, meantime, you're sitting in church someplace else, and you're talking to the Lord about your life and what the future holds for you. And did you think at that point it involved love?
Oh, no. I didn't think I would ever fall in love again. I had been 18 years single mother, and focused on my children, and no, I didn't think I'd ever be in love again.
Mm-hmm. And so there was a time when Don came to you. It was December 12th, 2016. You were both at pulmonary rehab. He comes over with a dozen roses.
Yes.
And what happened?
He proposed to me, and all of the people from respiratory therapy were there, and the doctors, and they had a big cake, and I was very surprised. Look,
it's caught on videotape right here.
They put together
Did you have any idea this was coming?
No, they surprised me that day.
Aww. And so
Shelley Asher, she helped put it together. That's Don's, our respiratory therapist.
What do you think, Don? What do you think is the purpose? You were saved, your life was saved, and you managed to find connection in an increasingly disconnected world.
It's the good Lord done it. He had his hand in it, or it never happened. It was the good Lord that had to do it, because I wasn't never planning on getting married again if I lived through the operation.
Yeah. Were you surprised that you could fall in love again?
Yes, very surprised.
Why?
Because I just didn't want to get married again.
43 years.
After 43 years, I just had no desire.
Yeah. Do you think she's looking over you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before we got married, I went to her grave and prayed for her blessing. So I wanted to feel like it was okay with her. And I felt her spirit saying, yeah, I don't want him to be alone.
She was laying in the hospital bed trying to figure out who she could fix me up with so I wouldn't be alone.
Now, I understand Don has a thing about, well, Don may not have a thing about germs. Right? You had to be careful about the germs after the lung transplant.
We still do.
Was he respectful of that?
No. He gets sick and he kisses me on the mouth all the time. I said, you stop it. Dr. Rowe's going to be mad. You're going to make me sick. We just got over a virus because he gave it to me.
Lovesick, as it turns out.
Aren't you supposed to share everything with your wife?
After I get sick, then he'll say, okay, I'm not going to kiss you anymore. I'm like, a little late. You just don't want to get it back.
You know what? It's a joy to see the two of you so happy and well. Good for you.
Very happy.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us on Valentine's Day.
Yes. Can I say one thing, too? Today is actually National Organ Donor Day.
Yep.
And I would like to just say everybody needs to consider being a donor, either living or after you're gone, because the life that you save might be yours.
Absolutely. And we have this, more than 1,000 people right now in the United States are awaiting lung transplant. Think about that. More than 1,000 people. And if you want to learn more about organ donation or how to register to become a donor, you can go to our website at today.com/Megyn today. Thank you both so much, and happy Valentine's Day. We'll be right back.
A literal fork in the road. If I go this way.
One can make reservations, but it takes true devotion, or in my case, masochism, to hit the kitchen for your beloved on Valentine's Day. Here to show us how to prep the ultimate romantic feast, an appropriately named chef, Tim Love, is here. He is the chef, Lonesome Dove Western Bistro in Fort Worth and Austin, Texas, as well as Knoxville, Tennessee. Welcome, Tim. Happy Valentine's Day.
Same to you.
All right, so we got.
Dress.
Thank you very much.
Valentine's.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate you noticing.
Yeah.
We got the steak. I'm not allowed to have it because it's Ash Wednesday, but you could have fish instead. But for those of you, you're not. If you're a Catholic, you can't have meat on Ash Wednesday.
Oh well. You know, I thought you only eat meat. So.
I'm a good little Catholic girl.
Oh, okay.
All right, but not everybody is, so this is for you.
I don't know if anybody believes that.
But there's no prohibition against booze.
That's right. So, mezcal Negronis.
What is that?
It's it's mezcal, Campari.
What's mezcal?
Mezcal's like tequila, not made in tequila.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a very
mezcal.
roasty tequila.
Okay, what else
it's like
is in there?
smoky. Here, try this one right here.
Oh, okay.
Try that one.
Is that one the best one?
Well, I'm just being nice.
Cheers. Here we go. Down the hatch. Cheers.
Yeah, so this is a cocktail. It's great around the fire, something like that. It's got a little smoky flavor to it.
Woo!
Yeah.
Fire up!
Valentine's Day.
Wow, I like it. Okay.
So let's cook some steak.
Yeah, okay. We'll just hold the Negroni.
Hold the Negroni. Okay, so when you go get steak, it's important to actually physically look at the steak to pick it out.
What kind is that?
This is a New York strip.
Okay.
And it's you want something that a lot of times they have different grades of steak. Select, choice, prime.
Yeah, that confuses me.
I understand.
What do I say? What do I ask for?
I want a good steak, that you say.
Oh, okay.
And hope that he doesn't really mess with you. So anyway, you want to look for a little bit of marbling. So a little bit of these little fat pockets in the steak is really good.
It makes it taste good.
That's right. And also makes it a little bit more tender and a little more flavor. All right. So New York strip is my favorite cut, especially for Valentine's Day. It's easy to cook simply and very tasty. So we have a little bit of peanut oil here.
Oh, peanut oil.
And peanut oil I like to use because you can get the grill really hot, and other oils tend to get a little bit ashy if you use them on really hot grills.
Okay.
So peanut oil roasts really well, has great flavor. You're going to season with salt and pepper.
A little salt, a little pepper. We'll pretend we put the pepper on there because we're running short.
Okay, we're running short. Well, you're the one that had all the cocktails.
I'm just holding my liquor, so you do that part.
So on the grill, right? Oil, salt, and pepper on both sides. So then after we grill it, we're going to let it rest like this. Rest is important because it allows the meat to relax a little bit. And then when we want to finish, we put the steak back on the grill. So we want to warm it up. So
how many minutes there?
Depending on the size of the steak, for about a 1 1/4 inch steak, about 2.5 minutes aside gets you to rare, which we let it rest. And see how it bleeds out a little bit? You want that to happen.
Oh, wow.
Contrary to what everybody says. So put it back on to warm it up.
Let it rest and let it bleed out.
That's right.
Okay.
Come on. It's Valentine's Day.
I like to pretend my meat was never alive.
So then if we cut them up,
So rare. Once it's rare, you put it back on there.
Perfect medium rare. Just like that, and put it back
How
on
long?
the medium rare.
How
About
long?
a minute inside to get it hot.
Okay. Now then what? We got other things to
I've
put
got
on
some roasted vegetables. I've got some acorn squash, some carrots, some sweet potatoes, a little bit of cauliflower. But let's get to the dessert because it is Valentine's
Yes,
Day.
amen.
So this, we have some flour, some butter. We're going to mix it up with ham. Basically making biscuits. So we're going to add in a little bit of...
Is that a whole stick of butter?
No, it's only half a stick of butter.
Okay. Is that all? Oh, nothing.
You want to get it to where like this mealy texture, and you add in a little bit of milk and a little egg.
Okay.
And I was told you like to mix that up with your hands. Is that right?
What?
That's what I was told.
Should I?
I would.
Okay.
Get in there. That's how you do it. All right. Now, then we take this and we put it in almost like drop biscuits, right? And we bake them off. We get these beautiful biscuits just like this. And then
It'll be fine, I'm sure.
Everything's fine.
Yep.
All right, now, then we add in some Malibu rum here.
Oh, what?
Yep.
You don't say.
And a little bit of brown sugar to make the strawberries. And we let this sit and kind of macerate a little bit. And we make these beautiful...
Yeah.
So I made you some whipped cream. There you go. Okay.
It's
good, right?
I like that a lot.
So you make the strawberry shortcakes like this, and it's an awesome little dessert.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't think I'm not going to try that just because my hands look like
Like that. Good about it. That's that.
There you go. You can get the recipes. You can today. We'll be right back with our